Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marty.
MJ up in the house.
Unbelievable, Marty. We're talking about the big one, Melrose, Massachusetts at Memorial Hall, Saturday night, November the 13th. It's going to be out of control.
We got to get Virgil on there.
No, we don't. We'll be back with a brand new Wrestling Insiders party with Marty.
And what am I supposed to say? MJ in the house.
No. You lost your line. We're back with a brand new Wrestling Insiders party with Marty next. Wrestling fans, the countdown is on to Boston Wrestling MWF's 20th anniversary bash, Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts, as we go back to the 90s. You'll see and meet two-time WWE World Champion and Hall of Famer Bob Backlund, WWE Hall of Famer Bushwhacker Luke, Marty Jannetty of the Rockers, Doctor of Styles Slick, the Berzerker, Doink The Clown, Duke the Dumpster Droese and Portuguese Man of War, Aldo Montoya, plus two-time Impact World Champion Neidhart Eddie Edwards, JTG of Crime Time, John Cena Sr., Oscar of Men on a Mission, and AEW's Jorah Joel for a VIP exclusive Q&A session, autograph photo, fan fest, live in-ring wrestling with the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow, plus the kickoff to the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. VIP packages and tickets are on sale now at bostonwrestling.com. Join us for a night of memories that'll last a lifetime, November the 13th, at an event 20 years in the making.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans, welcome to another Wrestling Insiders. We are literally, like we noted, counting down the days, 9 days away. This event was supposed to take place in April of 2020, but because of the coronavirus, it got bumped. But now, baby, the only bumping you're going to see is in the squared circle, November the 13th at Memorial Hall, when we go back to the 80s. Meet and greet the legends, take part in the VIP exclusive question and answer session. And then let me tell you something, the athletes of today, the future stars you're going to see on WWE and AEW tomorrow, they are going to blow the roof off of Memorial Hall. It is going to be one fantastic night. Again, tickets on sale now at bostonwrestling.com. We also kick off the annual Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. We're going to have a mega jackpot of prizes thanks to some of our great friends in Stamford, Connecticut at WWE, some of our great friends at NXT and the Performance Center down in Orlando, some of the great third-party vendors that we work with. It's almost going to be like the old Bozo the Clown show where the kid would win that big jackpot of prizes. We're going to do the same thing at Memorial Hall. I know you're looking forward to it.
I know, I was going to ask you, can I get in the lottery?
No.
Why?
It's only open to the fans.
All right.
Unless you want to buy a ticket, like Tony did the first time he worked the show.
His first show.
Tony could buy a ticket.
How much?
Raffle tickets?
Yes.
I believe they start at only $5.
All right,
You could win over $1,000 in prizes for $5 while helping the toy drive.
That much?
Because as we like to say, we are helping Santa Claus update his GPS to make sure he finds. Oh, well, that's a lot of raffle tickets. And also today, it's worth noting, I think we should send out a very happy birthday to the elder of mine, Linda Marotti.
Are you still married or not?
No. But
Do you love her?
No. Well, no, yes, I do. Of course
all right,
I
let
do.
me ask you this. It shouldn't be on TV. When's the last time you kissed her?
Oh, many moons. But we want to wish her a very happy birthday. We
Happy birthday,
appreciate
sweetie.
all the great work she's helped put into the event November the 13th. I'm sure she'll be there keeping an eye on everything,
See,
like she
that'll mess
usually
him.
does.
So that'll mess you up.
What will?
Keeping him concentrated if she's there, or
Well,
concentrated, focused.
You don't mess with Linda. That's one thing I've learned.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's what
if
I'm
she's
saying.
there.
All right.
All right.
Let's get back to the world that was the World Wrestling Federation
It was.
in 1990. The day after Survivor Series, it was very odd. Instead of the usual Saturday night's main event time slot that you'd have, they wound up giving WWF a later prime time slot. Slot.
Okay.
Ultimate Warrior went over, I believe, $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase on that one, but that was the same original taping where the Rockers defeated the Hart Foundation to win the WWF Tag Team
And Diggle-
titles in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Oh, yeah,
Tell
man.
us that story. That's very interesting to me.
Okay.
From A to Z, baby.
All right, but let me say this for y'all, all y'all doing interviews, all my people, pull your shirt down so your nuts don't, like, it's all
right, let's get to the match.
Okay, man, here's what happened. And I heard a whole lot of different stories, but here's what happened. I was there.
The truth.
The truth, yeah. We had a good, did you see it?
It never aired on television. They never aired the match. Because what happened was,
Oh,
here's
it's
what
on
happened.
YouTube, though.
It was going to be on Saturday night's main event, which
I
was a
was there,
90-minute
I know
show.
that. Oh,
but they,
I gotta tell
but
everything.
just let me finish.
Okay.
They wound up, for whatever reason, they wanted to run Saturday Night Live that night. So they cut it to a 1-hour main event special, and where your match went about a half an hour, and the ring
did
fell
go,
apart,
we had 2 out of
they
3.
cut it, so it never made television.
Right. And
Take
what
it from there.
What I was told, Vince called me on a Monday. We won the title on what, Saturday? We won the title on Saturday.
Well, it was actually taped October 30th, but
Okay.
and it aired the day after Thanksgiving.
And we had a flight we had to go to Corpus Christi, and this dude got on the plane, and I've told this, so you can check it. This dude got on the plane late. When I say late, he was the last one on the plane, drunk as shit, which didn't bother me. That part didn't bother me.
No, of course not.
But you didn't have to say it like that. But where's my where's my phone?
Somewhere in the studio. All right, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Anyway, so he was being a dick, and he'd come on there, and he was, drunk, and he was yelling at people, including, this, what do they call them, waitresses?
Stewardesses, flight attendants.
Yeah, and yelling at them and shit, and the plane was probably half full, so we had some room to sprawl out, and but he was being a dick, and Hercules, and rest in peace, love you, brother. Paul Roma, they were sitting right together. Remember, they were part of Power and Glory.
Yep, Power and Glory. Yep.
And they were sitting right there together, and right in front. He sat right in front of them, and they're looking over at me like, "Do something." And I'm like, "Okay, why can't y'all? Y'all way bigger than me." But it's, what the fuck? I got toilet paper all the, get out of here. But I told Sean, I said, psst. And we knew what that meant. Is the mic okay? Okay. Yeah, because I just hit it accidentally. But, and I don't know, I'm just going to tell y'all the truth. It's embarrassing, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I went in the bathroom. Oh my God, I can't tell.
You can tell them.
You sure?
Yeah.
I should.
Lou said it was all right.
I took a piece of like the little, you pull them out of the thing, paper towel.
Yeah.
They come out of the thing, brown, and it was brown. And damn, this is the part I don't want y'all to hear, but I shit in it, and then, come out the bathroom and gave it to Sean, because I had to distract the guy. I'm like, hey brother, I agree with you, man. They're assholes. And he had to lean forward, and Sean dropped the shit. Dropped the shit. We were clean about it. Dropped the shit, behind the guy. And then Paul Rowan, they all saw it. So they're fucking, excuse my language, they're fucking with him. And so he's like this, yeah, what? He's grinding the shit on his damn shirt. And
You actually put shit on the man's chair?
well, Sean
Feces?
did. I shit in the blanket. I'm not blanket.
Into a napkin?
Yeah.
Handed it to Sean?
Yeah.
And Sean dropped it behind his back?
Yes.
So this man had a
This is
napkin
right after
filled
we
with
were world
shit.
champions.
All right, keep going.
And it went real bad. What I mean by that was he went to the bathroom and he came out. And it was, what the funniest part? When he would walk up the aisle, he had a curly hair in the shit. There was a curly hair hanging out of it. And when he'd walk by all the seats, everybody was laughing. And he's like, fuck y'all laughing about? Fuck y'all laughing about? And then he went to the bathroom, and when he come out, nobody shits on me. I'm gonna fuck me up some wrestlers. And
So
Paul
he knew you guys were wrestlers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Paul Roman said, well, WWF just shit on you. And he's, I got a gun and 9 bullets. I'm going to kill me 9 wrestlers.
He actually said that on the plane?
Yes.
Oh, imagine
when
if
he
it
got
was
arrested
nowadays?
when we landed.
Oh, really?
No,
Okay.
yeah, he got arrested. They actually asked Paul Roma, do you want to have him arrested? Paul said, yeah, if he's got a gun, yeah. And so they went down to baggage claim. He had a gun in his damn suitcase thing. They arrested him. Then we found out that night we had to wrestle Corpus Christi, I think it was, somewhere in Texas. And I think it was Corpus. But George Amel Steele, who I love to death, he was like, guys, we got a problem. And like, what? Somebody fucked with a guy today that's in a motorcycle, and he had escaped from jail. He was one of the top 10, how do they say that, top?
Most wanted?
Well, yes. And
The guy that you threw shit on?
Yeah. I mean, what's the chances?
What are the chances? Yeah. John Walsh couldn't get him on America's Most Wanted, but you got him with a napkin filled with shit.
And George says, if you hear a pop, get low. And we were all really kind of, because he was in a motorcycle gang.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said they'd be there, or they're probably gonna be here tonight. And we were thinking, God damn, me and Sean were trying to be quiet about it, right? Trying to do like that. But we had to go to the ring.
Did the guy ever show up?
They put him back in jail. He escaped. He escaped prison.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
so you were safe then.
Oh, yeah, but then Monday, that was on Saturday. Then Monday, Vince calls me, and he goes, Marty, I'm not going to be able to show the match. We're going to have to take the belts back. Okay, why? I heard something happened this weekend. And then, but on TV, they told all y'all that, and the rope really did break during the match.
It did, yeah. So,
but they were still going to do it. It was okay. It was shitting on the guy's back that Vince thought maybe it's not time to give them the belts.
well, maybe it was almost a comedy of errors, so to speak, because the ring did fall apart. NBC.
No, the rope.
The rope broke.
Yeah.
NBC slashed a half an hour of time off of the special.
Okay,
so they
and
took
that
the
same
time.
night, here's another thing. If I'm allowed,
Go ahead. Sure.
It's
no,
gonna,
this is
it's
interesting
gonna be a
to
gay
me.
thing.
It's what?
A gay thing.
Whatever. If it's involved the match or the angle, go ahead.
You know I love Pat Patterson. That's my brother. I mean, I don't have sex. I don't care about all my gay people, but I love them all, and Pat openly admits, right?
Yes.
And that night, is it Dick Emberg or Embersaw?
Ebersol.
Ebersol?
Dick Ebersol.
Yeah, that was in charge. And they had to get in a limo, go wherever the hell they were going, hotel, whatever. And evidently, Pat did this, brother. Look. And he got mad as hell. And that was it. We didn't have no more.
He did it to Ebersol?
Uh-huh.
He did it to Ebersol?
Yes. And that was it. We had no more Saturday night, whatever it was called.
No, there was probably...
One more, because it was already taped.
No, they did one. I remember they did one in the spring of '91, and then they canceled the series.
Did you know that happened?
I did not know that, no.
Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you all
you
that.
think
but
Pat Patterson sang My Way when he was doing it?
But you know what? And I hate to tell you all this too. Everybody in the TV business in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Well, not everyone. And I got nothing against them. I just told you I love them. I'm not going to have sex with them. Gay.
All of them?
A lot.
Why do you think that is?
Oh, I know that is.
Well, no, why do you know? Well, all right, why
How
do you...
many have I met?
Why do you think so many of that type of person
because you know what?
wants to be involved in Hollywood?
Gay people take care of gay people. And I think
that
that's
what it
pretty
is?
cool.
All right,
I think that's pretty cool. I
Let's
mean,
say
all right, let me ask you this. If it's a guy, touchdown, safety. Where you at?
No, keep going.
Okay. Stewart, what do you call them if they're guys? Stewart?
A steward, I would guess.
Right,
yeah.
okay. And do you know they're all gay, right?
That's not much of a secret, yeah.
All right.
I don't know what attracts them to the airline industry the way they do, but...
But You know, it's just, I love the fact gay people take care of gay people. I love that because
in more ways than one, literally. Yeah.
Well, you didn't have to say it like that.
Gay people take care of gay people.
But because it's a minority, you know, it's just
Sure,
like black
sure.
people.
Yeah,
Black
no,
people
you're right.
take care of
I
black
agree with
people,
that. Yep.
Except for Tony. And what we did I just say that? What do you get off the camera?
It was like that song that who was it? The Backstreet Boys. Bye, bye, bye. At least according to his wife. But anyway.
What was Marco Wahlberg? What was he with? In Sync?
One
Cam
of the two.
Was Cam?
That's the way before the
Mark
captain's
Wahlberg,
time.
was it In Sync? No.
No, he was. Wasn't it? That was an '80s band.
No, it wasn't Backstreet either.
New Kids on the Block.
New Kids?
I think it was New Kids on the Block.
It was?
Lou, I don't think Lou. Lou wasn't even alive for the Backstreet Boys. You think he remembers?
He just said yes. Oh, you don't remember? Okay. Okay.
Lou wasn't
Mark
even
Wahlberg,
alive for
look
them.
at-
Never
where's my
mind the
phone?
'80s.
Where's
Forget
my
about
phone?
the phone. Let's get back to this match. So,
Okay.
how was the match itself between you
Which one?
with you and the Harts for the title change?
Yeah,
2
sure.
out of 3 falls. I would have loved to have seen
We
it.
actually wrestled with them a lot. That wasn't the only
Oh,
time.
well, I want to focus on this one particular match because for your
Yeah, it
history,
was- I
it's
thought
very, very important.
Not now it ain't. But I thought it was. I loved it. I loved it, and so did Sean, and so did Brett, and so did Amble. Here's what bullshit y'all got told. They said Amble did not want to drop the belts to y'all, so he was threatening to quit. And when y'all beat him, he was going to quit. So they gave the belt. That ain't true at all. Fuck. Amble and I were good brothers. We were good brothers. He would have said, Marty, I just don't feel good about this.
I thought
He fell down and hit his head
when
he died.
Oh,
Amble.
did he?
I'm talking about Amble.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't understand that because we know how to land by automatic. I mean, we've done it 1
Well,
billion.
I don't think he was of full capacity when he passed away. He was starting to slip mentally. I mean, he was kind
You
of.
still know how to land.
But when you're half with it. Yeah. All right, Captain Lou. What segment is that? Segment 1?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Thanks,
Cover your
boss.
balls.
I was told that because
you told?
Neidhart was part of, we mentioned all those releases in the fall of '90, Neidhart was going to be one of them, and that was why they wanted them to drop the straps to you guys, because they were going to push Brett as a single, and they were going to give you guys the big push as the tag. But then because Anvil ran into that legal problem where he beat up the stewardess, he owed
He didn't
Vince,
beat her up. I was there.
well, he owed, and anyway, he owed Vince McMahon so much money in
He did.
legal fees, they couldn't get rid of him. They had to keep him.
And I was there.
All right, well-
She bumped his, in the aisles. You're sitting out there, and if you got big nuts, like I'm trying to get on cover.
Yeah.
But when you're in the aisle seat, but you better have an aisle seat because if you're in the middle or against the window, you got to do like this.
Yeah.
We spread our legs, and she was coming up with that cart that they give you drinks and shit, and she banged the shit out of it.
Fix your mic.
Oh, is it messed up? I'm sorry. Oh, here.
Oh, yeah. It's right here. Look. Yeah.
Oh, it fell off completely? Oh, Marty, you got it.
Well, how much did we get? Anything?
No,
Probably.
we got most of it. I came out right when the mic messed up.
I'll just hold it.
What?
I'll just hold it.
No, you got to
No.
clip it, Marty. You got to clip it. Come on. Is it up the shirt? No, no,
No, no, put it up
Pull
the
it up
shirt
your shirt.
first.
I want this to look good,
undershirt,
Marty.
okay. Your hair's frizzing.
What?
Your hair's frizzing out.
What do you mean?
It's frizzing.
In a bad way? What do you mean?
Here. It's frizzing. You know what frizzing
Just
hair is?
go. Just go.
I don't know what
Just do funny.
Good?
Yeah, it's good.
Let me know. Okay.
Unbelievable, Marty. Right now, we got to take a brief time out. We'll be back to talk more about this historical, monumental time in the life of the Rockers and Marty Jannetty. Stand by.
Love y'all.
Wrestling fans, the countdown is on to Boston Wrestling MWF's 20th anniversary bash, Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts, as we go back to the 90s. You'll see and meet two-time WWE World Champion and Hall of Famer Bob Backlund, WWE Hall of Famer Bushwhacker Luke, Marty Jannetty of the Rockers, Doctor of Style Slick, the Berzerker, Doink The Clown, Duke the Dumpster Droese and Portuguese Man of War, Aldo Montoya, plus two-time Impact World Champion Neidhart Eddie Edwards, JTG of Crime Time, John Cena Sr., Oscar of Men on a Mission, and AEW's Jorah Joel for a VIP exclusive Q&A session, autograph photo fan fest, live in-ring wrestling with the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow, plus the kickoff to the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. VIP packages and tickets are on sale now at bostonwrestling.com. Join us for a night of memories that'll last a lifetime, November the 13th, at an event 20 years in the making. Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marty.
And I'm Mr. USA WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas.
The road to WrestleMania has begun. Wrestling fans are looking to add to their man caves. You got to see what we have in the eBay store.
Check it out.
On October 28th, 2020, wrestling's scariest night was back with WWE NXT Halloween Havoc. This limited edition collector's autograph poster is number 12 of only 100 produced and is signed by all 9 superstars featured on the poster, including Johnny Gargano, Damian Priest, Candice LeRae, Io Shirai, Dexter Lumis, Cameron Grimes, Rhea Ripley, Raquel Gonzalez, and your Halloween Havoc host, Shotzi Blackheart. Comes with WWE authentication hologram on the back. You'll also receive an on-air thank you from WWE Hall of Famer Mr. USA Tony Atlas and a bonus mystery autograph photo. Help keep wrestling legends working. Get this awesome collectible now. Wrestling fans, especially here in the Boston area, we want to thank our great friends at Red Rose for their support for all of our charitable endeavors and programming efforts. Red Rose is 2 years young and extremely thankful for all the support they've had from our neighbors here in Melrose and beyond for an amazing first 2 years. Red Rose thanks Melrose and all of the first responders who have fought the good fight and have never given up hope during these unprecedented times. We did it together. Follow Red Rose on Facebook for their anniversary special, facebook.com/Red Rose Melrose. You'll be glad you did. Open until 2 a.m. Red Rose will give you fresh, piping hot, mouth-watering food that'll put an ear-to-ear smile on even the toughest critic's face. Check out their full menu online at redrosema.com or give them a call, 781-620-1889. All right, wrestling fans, welcome back. We continue down this trip down memory lane. As I had noted that how it was always described to me was...
yelling again.
The way it was described to me was that when we've mentioned before that Vince McMahon made a massive amount of cuts in the fall of 1990. They eliminated the C-Team house shows altogether, so all that was left was A and B. And
Which is still good.
Neidhart was one of those cuts, but because of the airline incident with the stewardess, Vince McMahon decided to keep him because he owed him so much money in legal fees. Now you say Neidhart did not attack the stewardess. What happened with the stewardess?
He shoved her. He did not attack her.
All right.
Well, she hit his knee because in the carts they go up the aisle.
Yeah.
If you got big balls, your legs are like this.
Yeah.
And when they go, I'm sorry about that part. And when the cart, and some of them are very nice about like, hey, they tap you, say move. Some of them are assholes. This one was an asshole, just banged the shit out of him. And here's what he did. He was from a dead sleep. Wham!
He just kind of woke up?
Yes.
And instantly did it without even thinking?
You would do the same thing.
Huh.
She tore that knee up with the cart. Did
she take a bump?
No. Yeah,
Did she sell for the anvil on the plane?
She had no choice.
But I mean, did he hit her hard enough that she fell over or not?
Fall over? No, she did fall, lean.
Into someone's chair or something?
All he did was this.
And did she make...
And it was like this.
Did she make a big scene?
Not really. That's why I don't know why that was a big deal.
Was he arrested? once you guys landed?
That part I don't know.
So she realized, oh, okay, this is a WWF
She
wrestler.
ran into it.
No, but what I'm saying is her mindset is, okay, this is a WWF wrestler, let me sue.
I don't know if she knew he was a wrestler, though.
Well, it turned into...
Even though he was doing, you remember how he did this?
Yeah.
Even though he was doing that, and everybody should know that's Anvil, but I don't think she knew. She ran his knee over.
All right, well, anyway, Jim wound up staying, the Harts wound up with the belt. How was the match itself? I mean, you guys went good 25 minutes, 30 minutes. That must have been a hell of a match.
Loved it. And you're yelling.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, oh man, I love that
At
match.
what point did the rope break?
In the middle of the second fall.
Did anyone think to maybe stop the match and let it get fixed?
Brett had Sean in the rear shin lock. You know, like yeah. And when I got thrown into the rope, and it popped, right? And Brett like grabbed Sean and he held him. That was my phone.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's here.
Yeah.
Okay. Brett kept, because Brett was raised in,
Right.
And he told Sean, just sit here. And he was telling, I can't remember who the referee was. I don't think it was Joey Morella. But he was telling the referee, we'll stay right here, because you can edit.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, and he'd say, stay right here, just stay right here. And he was telling the ref, and the refs have a, what do you call it, earpiece?
I don't think they had earpieces back then, though, did they?
They did.
In 1990?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
Yes. And yeah, because they would tell you when to go and
Okay.
shit. But he was telling, he's like, fix the ropes, we'll stay right here. And I guess they told him, no, just continue. Just continue.
Really?
Yeah.
Bad call.
Yeah.
Bad call.
Probably.
So how long did Brett have him in the rest hold for?
Not a rest hold.
Well, okay, however you want to describe it, chin lock.
Probably like 3 minutes. They both were. Brett was madder than Sean, because Brett knew what he was doing. Brett told him, just fix the ropes, we'll stay right here. Just edit.
Yeah. And they would, they did a magical job on those NBC specials, the way they'd edit them. They were edited better than most WWF TV shows at that time, I think.
Yeah, it was NBC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they really missed the boat. And for you guys, it must have sucked.
Yeah, but we shit on that guy.
Do you think if it wasn't for the shit incident, they would have redone it at a future event? Because they
no, they would have never taken the belts. But I think Vince got scared because
But they would have had no way to air the match.
Huh?
They would have had no way to air that match.
Why?
Because what happened was, originally, that was a Saturday night main event taping to air on a Saturday night, the weekend of Survivor Series.
Yep.
For whatever reason, NBC made the call. NBC made the call to go with Saturday Night Live, because I guess the ratings were starting to go down for Saturday night main event, and they put the main event show on Friday night at 10, which was a condensed 1 hour
And it was called
version.
that because I'm on the cover of one of the boxes.
Oh, are you?
Saturday main live, or what do you call it?
Saturday
Live.
night's main event.
Yeah.
And so it was a 1 hour special headlined by Warrior and DiBiase. So they had to slash a half an hour, and where your match went about a half an hour, they wound up slashing it. They had nowhere to air it. So what do you think they would have done if it wasn't for the shit? Maybe at the next TV taping, or?
No, just show it. Fuck, the rope broke.
Where were they going to show it? They took the half an hour away.
TV.
What?
Oh, yeah. So you're saying they cut through the. They cut.
NBC cut the show from 90 minutes to 60 minutes.
Okay.
And as a result of that, that was part of the reason.
It was recorded.
It was definitely recorded. We know that.
And we got it.
So they could have aired it somewhere, is what you're trying to say. Maybe primetime.
On NBC.
But no, it got slashed time-wise.
That's their fault.
I understand that. But they had nowhere to put your match on that special. Where would they have aired it? Maybe on primetime wrestling?
If Sean wouldn't have put that shit on the guy's back, they would have showed the match.
You think so?
Yeah, I know
They would have
so.
cut other matches, you think?
Yeah. Well, then why wouldn't you? It was 2 out of 3, and it was fucking great. It was great. It was great.
Did you guys ever push to try and do a rematch?
No, we gave up. Because we had been pushing, we had been, working. We never came to Vince and said, give us the belts. Never did that. Some of the guys do, though. Well, you know that. You're a promoter, yeah. Nah, we never did all that. But after a year and maybe a half, maybe 2 years, You know, when did that happen? 90?
It was October 30th of 90, so it was about two
We've
and a
been
half
there
years.
2 years, yeah.
2.5.
Yeah, and everybody loved us. We loved them. But you can only go so far till they throw the belts because you lose momentum, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And, you know, we went to Vince and said, hey, bro, got to do something. And did that, and then took it back. And I'm telling you, it's because of the shit on the back. If that shit wouldn't have happened.
No pun intended.
Yeah. That's pretty good. And the only thing, you know, I was Intercontinental Champion for like 3 days.
Well, we'll get there in 93. I don't want to go too much into that
93, wasn't it?
direction. Yeah. But were you disappointed that they took the belts away from you?
What do you think?
Well, let me ask you this. When you learned, when did you find out you were going to get them? That day? Or before the
that
taping?
day. No, that day.
The day of the taping, they
yes.
came to you and said, you're getting the
Yes,
belts.
yes.
Now, how excited were you and Sean at that point?
We were nervous because we got to go put on a good show.
Yeah.
You know, and the number one thing, but at least for me, and I'm pretty sure Sean too, is entertain the people. That's what we do. That's our job. And you know, we're getting the belts. Oh shit, we got to make this good. And Brett and them, same thing. I don't believe the amble part. Not that you said it, but I did hear that, you know, he made us think. I don't believe that shit. It was the shit on the back. But all of us, Brett, Anvil, me, Sean, Dan sometimes, we're here to entertain the fans. And so when they say you getting the belts, we're like, oh shit, we got to do real good. So it was a little nerve.
A little nervous. That was the way to put it. But
Cover the balls. Cover your balls.
But did you hear the part about Neidhart that he was going to be released, but they wound up keeping him?
Yeah. What we heard was he complained if they lost the belt, he was leaving. And
But no, he was.
I'm just telling you.
All right, you tell me your version.
Well, I was there. That's what we were told.
Okay.
And Anvil wasn't like that. Anvil and me and Anvil were good friends. He would come up, yeah. He would come up to me. One time he watched, shit, I can't say this on TV.
No, you can.
You sure?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to though. But one time, and this is just, okay, I'm just going to tell y'all. And it was up here, I think. I think it was up here in Boston, or if it wasn't, right near it. But, and it was a black neighborhood, and some dude was beating the shit out of a girl. I mean, right there on the side of the road. And I was like, yeah, pull over. At least, you know, we ain't gonna get involved, but let the girl stop getting beat up. And Anvil grabbed me and he goes, no, let's just get out. It's the way he said it. Let's get out of the community.
The community?
Yes, that's what he said.
And I imagine he was looking for a little medicine.
Yeah, we had some.
Well, you got the medicine.
Yeah,
first.
we already had that.
But he didn't try and help.
Well, no, he thought it was best because you can get shot.
Yeah. Well, Jim is a guy that
But the point was, he would have told me, you're like, Marty, I don't want us dropping the belts to you. Nah, it wasn't that.
Well,
if the shit wouldn't have happened on the back.
Yeah, you would have kept them.
And the rope breaking, it might have played in, but I don't think so.
It might have, in the end, if there's any validity to the version of the story I was told, it might have helped save his job.
Who told you?
I think it was Ed.
Who?
Cohen.
Oh, okay.
Because we had a Jim Neidhart incident.
What'd you have? What happened?
He was going to come in for the benefit we did for Bushwhacker Butch when he almost died. He had a bad staph infection, and Luke found him in
down there
bed,
in New
covered in
Zealand.
piss and shit. No, when he was down in Tampa. And the poor man almost died. You know, he was broke. So we did a nice live event fundraiser for him, and Neidhart actually contacted us because he was friendly with them and wanted to come in.
Yeah,
He said, I'll come in for free, blah, 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 blah. But the problem was,
What was the
the airfare from Calgary to Boston was, I think it was like $1,500. So I said, I appreciate the offer. I just think it almost would defeat the purpose. So he said, well, how about this? I said, I'll come in. I'll give you guys one of my, was that Captain Lou, baby?
Yeah, we're getting the safety.
I'll give you one of my leather Hart Foundation jackets for the raffle that you're doing. And I said, geez, and give me $500 for my frequent flyer miles, and I'll fly myself in.
Who did that?
This is Neidhart now.
He would do that. Because we had so many miles.
But what happened?
Okay.
It was 3 days after Christmas.
Yeah.
And he wound up no-showing because I guess he wanted to hook up with a rat for the whole week for Christmas, but the rat wanted to go home and see her family.
Will you stop calling them rats?
He wanted to go home and she wanted to go and see her family for Christmas. So instead of Jim cheating on his wife and his family for Christmas week, he decided to keep the $500 and stay home.
We started the show in Denver, Colorado.
But let me tell you this, Dan Marati was not happy.
You know she might be watching the show.
Well, I apologize to you, and I think you made the right decision.
Have you ever met Natalia?
She's very lovely.
You met her?
Yes.
Yeah, very sweetheart.
She is someone that,
love you, sweetie.
If they're ever going to create a full-time female agent, I think she'd be great for it at some point when she retires. She's just so technically sound and a very good human being.
Why?
Well, look at the way she was trained.
Anvil.
But as far as he goes, I didn't like the theft, as you know, with another person involved that I don't like.
You ain't talking about Tony.
Right now I'm talking about Neidhart's theft, but you know that doesn't go over well with me.
Let me ask you something.
What?
Did Tony ever drink one of these?
I think he hustled a couple of those in his bag.
He hustled them.
But let me get through this. Lou gave us the wrap-up signal. Neidhart, again, like someone else that stole, wouldn't return my calls. Neidhart. The $500 I sent him, he wouldn't respond to me. He ignored me, so on and so forth.
Can I tell you why?
Why?
It's on TV, ain't it? I don't want to say it on camera.
No, just say it. Come on.
We were all smoking a lot of coke.
Yeah.
And you get lost. You know what Jake did one time?
We'll save that for after the break.
Well, this happened in Africa. They was giving him 10,000 advance money, 10,000, and because he
bad idea.
And he smoked it all, and he didn't make the show.
Wow. Well, anyway,
I'm sorry, Jake. I love you.
With Neidhart, I did not appreciate the theft. It ruined the benefit. It let the fans down. So after about 2 weeks of him ignoring my calls and messages, you know what I did?
What you did?
I went to the BostonWrestling.com super site where you can get your tickets for Back to the 80s WrestleFest, November the 13th here in Melrose. I don't need your wallet, Marty.
No, take $500. I'm going to pay for Amble.
Okay. If you want to take it out and hand it to me, I'll take it.
Okay.
So what I did was I went to BostonWrestling.com. I said, if you want to contact Jim Neidhart, here is his phone number. And Jim Neidhart got quite a few calls. Thank you, Marty. I appreciate it.
Right at it.
And can you believe it? I heard from Jim after we put his phone number on the website. And he wasn't very happy about it.
I'm sure he wasn't.
But I thought that was kind of a good fuck you for him fucking us.
I did that to Pat Tanaka before.
You no-showed Pat Tanaka?
No. I didn't no-show him. But he made me mad once, and I put his phone number on the internet. Well, he had to change his number. He goes,
Jim,
do
you remember Georgie Ann McCropolis out of New York?
That name's familiar.
She was, I don't know if I'd go the R word.
That's not.
But she was just wonderful to the boys.
What's R word?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She was just a wonderful, wonderful human being, and she did a newsletter and like fan clubs. Because she was agreed in my disgust on OneWrestling.com, when that was one of the more popular sites. She put the link to it.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What happened to that?
Dave Shearer, I think, left, and he created PWInsider.com. Which
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And One Wrestling barely exists now.
But
back when One Wrestling was the site, Georgie Ann posted the article about Jim Neidhart's phone number, so everybody that went to the website clicked the link, and they went to the website with Jim Neidhart's phone number. So anyway, Captain Lou is going wild. All right, wrestling fans, we'll be back after this brief timeout with more Wrestling Insiders. Party with Marty. Stand by.
Love y'all.
Wrestling fans, the countdown is on to Boston Wrestling MWF's 20th Anniversary Bash, Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts, as we go back to the 90s. You'll see and meet two-time WWE World Champion and Hall of Famer Bob Backlund, WWE Hall of Famer Bushwhacker Luke, Marty Jannetty of the Rockers, Doctor of Style Slick, the Berzerker, Doink The Clown, Duke the Dumpster Droese and Portuguese Man of War, Aldo Montoya, plus two-time Impact World Champion Neidhart Eddie Edwards, JTG of Crime Time, John Cena Sr., Oscar of Men on a Mission, and AEW's Jorah Joel for a VIP exclusive Q&A session, autograph photo, fan fest, live in-ring wrestling with the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow, plus the kickoff to the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. VIP packages and tickets are on sale now at bostonwrestling.com. Join us for a night of memories that'll last a lifetime, November the 13th, at an event 20 years in the making. Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marotti.
And I'm Mr. USA WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas.
The road to WrestleMania has begun. Wrestling fans are looking to add to their man caves. You got to see what we have in the eBay store. Check it out. Here's your chance to own a piece of history from the 2020 WWE Draft. On the second night, October the 12th, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, and Alexa Bliss unleashed hell on Andrade and Zelina Vega. This limited edition 11x14 collector's poster is number 26 of only 50 made, personally signed by both The Fiend and Alexa Bliss, direct from friends at WWE. Comes with certificate of authenticity hologram on the poster itself, suitable for framing. You'll also receive a bonus autographed mystery photo and an on-air shout-out as our thanks to you. Get this ultra-rare autographed Fiend and Alexa Bliss poster now.
Cheer. Why, hello. I would ask what was on your mind, but I already know. You want to know what has got my beard looking oh so majestic. And I'll tell you, it's sexy as hell beard care. Coconut oil, vitamin E oil, almond oil, both sweet and bitter, shea butter, it's all natural. Yes, JTG has actually come out with a high quality product, so support your boy by going to sahbeardcare.com and take one step closer to becoming sexy as hell. Cheer. Ooh, cheer. You know?
All right, wrestling fans, welcome back. As 1990 began to wrap up, The Rock is without the Tag Team Championship belts. You were working the loop with the new-look Demolition, Smash and Crush, managed by Mr. Fuji.
Oh, my God, that was rough.
Any memories of those matches with the Demolition now minus Axe?
I love minus Axe.
Axe was gone at this point. He left the company. Yes, at the end of 1990.
3 of them.
Well, you may have at some point, but at the end of 1990, Axe was gone, so it was just Smash and Crush.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Bill was done at Survivor Series 90.
Damn. Okay, because we wrestled all 3 of them.
At different times you did, sure.
Yeah.
But as the year ended, it was just Smash and Crush.
But I love all 3 of them.
Was it more difficult work in that duo?
No, they were all. I love all of y'all, and you know, Crush died.
Yeah.
But oh my God, were they stiff? When they would hit you like, here's how they hit, and like, goddamn, and we call it a receipt. You know, you give a receipt, but we're like, no, don't give a receipt though. Here's your harder. But yeah, they were a little bit stiff.
Would you have preferred Axe over Crush?
No, they were both horrible. I love y'all.
You're just being honest with your opinions.
No, it's not my opinion. I got that shit knocked over my back all the time. We didn't, of all the people we tagged against, I didn't ever think those matches were good.
You never had a really big run with them. You never had a
No, it was
feud,
just a short time,
program, or anything. Yeah. They were more house show matches than anything.
And I love you, Bill. I love you, Barry, and Brian. I loved Brian to death. But oh my God, it's hard to have a good match when you walk in and when you start the match. It's like just wham. You're out of breath. You're like, oh my God.
More stiff than Warlord and Barbarian?
Oh my God. Who?
More stiff than Warlord and Barbarian?
They weren't stiff.
They weren't stiff,
No.
really? All right.
No.
But Demolition, they laid it in.
Boy. But we still love them.
Yeah.
And
They were just stiff.
I think you know what I think we did? I think we got by with the matches. I don't think they were good.
You don't think they were good?
Yeah, did you see them?
I don't think they ever did it in Boston, you guys.
No, on TV, I mean.
I don't ever remember seeing it. Well, not with that version of Smash and Crush. Like I said, it was never really anything that was built up as anything, a big feud or a big program. There may have been a couple of matches here and there, but...
Yeah. It was only like a 2-month program. I mean, and trust me, that was a rough 3 fucking months.
All right, we got to go back in time now to one, I don't know...
I ain't got no shoes on.
There's no surprise there. December the 11th, 1990, WWF Superstars taping Tampa, Florida. Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty take on the man that is known for his self-service, Lanny Poffo and Chad Austin.
Chuck.
Chuck Austin.
Trust me, I know that mother.
Take us back to that
500,000. Okay.
Well, for the fans that have no idea what we're talking about, we'll give it to them A to Z.
Ready?
Yep. You were wrestling this tag
Tampa
team.
Sundome.
Yep.
And Lanny, like you said, and Chuck was a newer guy, and we actually talked in the dressing room. You know how it works.
Yeah.
We were talking in the dressing room, and the rocker dropper back then, that was for Billy. What do you call it? The ass. The famous. You know what they called it? The famouser, right? One time, Kurt Hennig, that's my brother, right? And I did Chris Candido, I did that. And Kurt's announcing, remember when he was announcing? He goes, that'll break your neck. Because Chuck did the move wrong. He said, yeah, I know how to do it. I do it. They had a wrestling school. Well, we do it all the time. Okay? And then we got in the ring, and what he did was like, let me show you. I'm going to show you visually.
Just be careful.
On the rocker dropper, you bend over, the leg goes over. Yeah. You pancake out. You throw your legs back. He did like this, and then dove. Because DDT, and he even said that. He goes, I'm so sorry. He apologized. But
even though he broke his neck?
Court, well, no. I'm talking about he did the move wrong, and he dove. And he told everybody, he goes, I was thinking of the DDT. Tell Marty I'm sorry. He was apologizing. He broke his neck. And I knew I landed wrong, because I always land flat on that, right? And I landed backwards because he raised up so damn high. And I was like, you okay? You okay? And new guys are scared to talk in the ring. And he was like, yeah. And I had to roll him over. A lot of times you just roll over, so you just cover and pin. I had to roll him over, but when I saw his legs crossed, I'm like, uh-oh. And I had to tag Shawn to come off the top rope with a headbutt. And I told Shawn, boy, I'm gonna tell y'all everything right now. I love you, Shawn, but I'm gonna tell everything. Tagged him and said, I think he might be hurt. And Shawn did do good when he jumped off. Never touched him. He blocked, but it made it look like a headbutt. It was coming off with a headbutt.
It was more of a fist drop, wasn't it?
I think it was a headbutt.
Okay. Well, anyway.
But in court 3 years later, Shawn's ass. Sorry, Shawn, I'm going to just tell the truth. But Shawn's ass got up on stage. But when you're up there testifying or whatever the hell you call it, the dude said, he goes, but you saw him land wrong, didn't you? You saw him land wrong. And he goes, no. and we had video of the match.
Yeah.
And he said, you didn't see him land? He goes, no. I turned my back, get in the crowd. I was clapping. And he showed the video. They fucking got video. Showed it, and Sean's looking right there because we followed through. You know, we were like, boom. He did the whole boom thing, you know, when he landed. And safety.
Okay, well, we're going to finish. This is important.
Okay. And Sean got, he's a little bit arrogant out there because the guy said, oh, you didn't see how he landed? This is a lawyer.
We can get to the court case when it happened a little later on. What happened with the match itself? You went through with what you thought was the finish, and the guy, I mean, did you know at that point that there was a serious injury?
When I rolled him over and his leg crossed, I thought, uh-oh.
So Sean, you tagged
and
Sean.
I knew I landed wrong because I sit. It's supposed to sit, but he raised up so high, I landed on my back. I'm like, that wasn't right. That's why I asked him, are you all right?
You tagged out to Sean quick.
Yes.
Sean hit
because the finish was
a light
coming
finish,
off the top.
1, 2, 3, and the man remained in the ring. Is that correct?
Yes, for like 20 minutes. Joey Morella was the referee. Gorilla Bond. Let me cover my balls. That was Gorilla Bond.
Yeah.
And I love Joey. Joey loved him, man. But he was kind of joking when he went in the back. You know, after the match, he went in the back, and he goes, "Oh my God, it sounded like a 2x4 breaking."
Wow.
But he was joking. He was just, because the guy was still in the ring, and Joey thought it was bullshit. You know what I mean? And yeah.
Tony Atlas said on this very program where he was getting ready to go out
I'm
next.
gonna have to hurt him.
Is Saba Simba.
He said, of all racist shit, he did Saba fucking Simba.
He said, Vince McMahon said, get that piece of shit out of the ring. He's
Chuck?
delaying the show. Yeah.
Chuck. He got mad at me? You mean me or Chuck?
I don't know who he said it to, but Vince
time,
McMahon supposedly, according to Tony, Vince said, get that piece of shit out of the ring. He's delaying the show.
It would have been Chuck.
Yeah.
Because one time.
So what happened? What did Vince say to you when you came back through the curtain? Anything?
On that, no,
you didn't even know
how serious it was. But you know what hurt my feelings? That at that time, I'd been wrestling 14 years, and nobody ever got hurt. And I felt bad. They took him out on a stretcher, took him outside the Tampa Sundome, put him on a helicopter to take him to.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there watching that, and I'm about to cry now. But, I'm watching them put him in the helicopter. They had to fly him to Tampa General, which is the hospital there. And I'm sitting there thinking, fuck, I didn't do nothing wrong.
Well, he was inexperienced. I mean, you can't blame yourself for his inexperience.
I didn't blame myself. You know what else we did? My girlfriend at the time, she was very good with kids. He had three kids. She was very good. She worked at kinder care. Her mother owned kinder care. So she was good with working with kids.
Yeah.
And so I gave her some money and said, because it was right near Christmas. It was right near Christmas.
Yeah, it was early December. Yeah.
And I said, send her some toys and shit, because her daddy's in the hospital. Yeah. Man, I'm gonna cry. Oh boy.
Did you attempt to reach out to him after it happened yourself?
Yes, I called.
Well, no, I know you just said you had your girlfriend send some money to the family, but you reached out to him directly?
I called the hospital, and I talked to his wife. I talked to the doctor. The doctor actually told me this. He goes, you know what's nice is you're checking on him. Your company, talking about WWF at the time, hasn't called once.
Wow.
And you know what Jerry Briscoe told me? Man, I'm sorry about crying. God damn it. Choked up right now. Jerry Briscoe came to me, and he goes, "You keep calling Chuck Austin." I'm like, "Yeah," and he goes, "Stop." No, why? They're suing us, and you're looking guilty.
I hate to say it, but from a corporate point of view, that does make sense.
Correct, yeah.
From a human point of view, kind of a lousy thing to hear, because you genuinely cared. You didn't want to see the guy hurt. But at the end of the day, I have to say, if it was due to his inexperience, you can't blame yourself for that, Marty.
He told me he knew how to do it.
Then you can't blame yourself.
Lanny, you mentioned Lanny. everybody's
Lanny
like,
was doing something else.
And it, thank you for making me laugh though, because I was.
Well, I know you
tearing
needed a
up.
laugh. I could tell.
Yeah.
Well, so I commend you for reaching out to him. I really think, you know what? For all the people
But you know what? When he went to court though, he didn't. He said Marty maybe do it. Now let me ask you.
No, I want to save the court case when we get to the court case, if you don't
How
mind.
do you make somebody do something? You don't.
Not in a pro wrestling match. But for all the people that make their little remarks about this and that about Marty, all the wise guys in the premier chats that have their little expertise and their little digs and their little jokes and insults.
It's
what
okay.
does it say about
they
this
got nothing
guy
else to do.
that went out of his way to try and help out this man's family, to try and help them get through Christmas, to check on him and see how he was doing at the hospital? That's why I'll always commend this man. That's why when people say, "Oh,
thank you, man,"
there's
That's
a
nice.
couple of them they like, and I'm certainly don't want to go in this direction, but the show's about ready to wrap up. But they like to say the race thing. Oh, well, you're nice and a Marty because Tony was black, blah blah blah. No, the difference is Marty is more of a genuine human being than a thief that stole money and failed to communicate after the fact.
You
He just
just say it that way.
decided to take it and slander us online. We have had a lot of arguments that you guys have never heard about and have never seen, but at the end of the day, I believe this man, when he looks in the mirror in the morning, looks at the reflection of someone that has a good heart. And that's why I don't want him with us in
Oh, that's so nice of you,
2021.
brother.
I want him with us here in 2031.
31, you keep
so
saying that.
for my partner in
Well,
crime...
then you got to be here then.
Oh, damn right. For everybody. Everybody's gravy train ends at that point. For my partner in crime, Marty Jannetty, I'm Dan Marati. Don't forget, we're 9 days away from the big one. Back to the 80s WrestleFest, Memorial Hall,
You're yelling.
Melrose, Massachusetts. I know I am. Saturday night, November the 13th. Head on over to BostonWrestling.com now. If there are any VIP packages left, get them because they're going quick. General admission tickets you're going to have the time of your life as we celebrate 20 years of Boston wrestling. MWF as we go back to the 80s. MJDM, good night from Boston.
Where's my phone?
Wrestling fans, the countdown is on to Boston Wrestling MWF's 20th anniversary bash, Saturday night, November the 13th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts, as we go back to the 90s. You'll see and meet two-time WWE World Champion and Hall of Famer Bob Backlund, WWE Hall of Famer Bushwhacker Luke, Marty Jannetty of the Rockers, Doctor of Style Slick, the Berzerker, Doink The Clown, Duke the Dumpster Droese and Portuguese Man of War, Aldo Montoya, plus two-time Impact World Champion Neidhart Eddie Edwards, JTG of Crime Time, John Cena Sr., Oscar of Men on a Mission, and AEW's Jorah Joel for a VIP exclusive Q&A session, autograph photo, fan fest, live in-ring wrestling with the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow, plus the kickoff to the Paul Bearer Holiday Headlocks Toy Drive. VIP packages and tickets are on sale now at BostonWrestling.com. Join us for a night of memories that'll last a lifetime, November the 13th, at an event 20 years in the making.